Hi guys, today I have another scrapbooking process video to share with you. This is a pretty quick layout that I'm going to show. I actually failed taping part of one of the clusters I put together. I'm not quite sure what happened. I was at a crop doing this, so I may have got distracted and then scrapbooked without having the video camera on. But I'm not sure where it went. It's just gone. So here I am taking some of the cardstock that came in a Scraptastic Kit Club collection, and I just gutted it out because I'm going to use it as a border, and then I'm using the inside to mat my photo on. And this is a picture of my mom and daughter, and we are in Branson, and it is the fall festival. So they have pumpkins and lights and all kinds of stuff up, so it's really a cool time. So I'm going to add this piece of hexagon, looks like beeswax paper. I really love this, or honeycomb, I'm sorry, beeswax. It's bee something. So I really like this honeycomb paper, and I wanted to use it as the background. They actually sell something that's very similar to this with really little honeycombs. You can get at Michael's that I've seen. Oh, Banning Lane, her YouTube channel, she gets that, and she does some really great layouts with it. And I really like that paper, so I actually was at Michael's the other day and picked some up. Like I said, it's a smaller hexagon shape, but I really like this pattern. It's a good, nice pattern that's kind of a very neutral, but I think gives a lot of texture and stuff to the background. So I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media, so I'm just adding on some white gesso to the background, and I want it really thin because I don't want to cover up this hexagon pattern, but I want it so that my paper doesn't warp and the ink that I use doesn't soak into the paper. So I'm going to be using two Lindy's Stamp Gang sprays. One is a bit of bubbly and the other one is fuzzy navel peach, I believe, and I'm going to show you in a second. Yeah, a bit of bubbly and fuzzy navel peach, yep. So I'm going to spray that on some packaging and just splash that around the page. And I really like the way this looks, and you can only really get a good look like this if you put that gesso on. If you don't, it just soaks into the page a lot, and you can kind of see on the kind of upper right hand corner where that color is a little bit darker than the others. And that is a fine look, but I kind of wanted it just a little bit more muted and not soaked into the page. So I'm just going to dry between the colors, then I'm going to put the next one on. And so these are both kind of a yellowish goldish orange color, and it's going to go really good with the background of my picture. So like I said, I'm just using that packaging and spraying it around, and then I'm going to dry that up, and then I'm going to start working on my layers of my actual embellishment, or my paper layers. Oh, and I'm going to spray first. I'm sorry. I'm going to put some splotches all over just for some added texture. And then I'll start working on my picture cluster. And this layout, or this papers, were from a Scraptastic kit that I think was from the fall last year, maybe, or maybe late summer. I can't quite remember. Like I've said in other videos, I kind of go all over the place, so I don't necessarily keep track of which month I'm scrapbooking, but I do know pretty much everything, if not everything, for this layout is from that one of the Scraptastic Club kits. And I'm just going to mount that paper on the cardstock that I gutted out, and then here are some of my paper layers. I had picked some of these before. They were pieces that I had already cut and used from other layouts. And then that flower cluster I cut out with my scissors and just fussy cut that all out. And I didn't keep that on video because I figured you're not going to want to watch me cutting every single little piece out. So you're going to see this kind of skip forward in a second here. I think you're going to see it skip forward. Maybe not this one. Maybe I did cut this whole entire one out, but I know the other one obviously is on the page, so I didn't make you sit there and watch me trim every little piece out, because that would have probably been like 30 minutes of me cutting paper. So here I'm just going to figure out how I want to lay these layers down, and it's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to use this little frame that came in the collection. It says I love this moment, and I'm basically just using it as a layer, not really as a frame. I have trouble using them as frames. My pictures are never quite small enough to use them as frames, so I end up usually tucking them behind as a layer. So here's another flower I'm going to cut out. I tucked that little flower I cut earlier behind the bigger cluster, and then here I sped it up so that you can just see me adding it on. And like I said, I missed putting that embellishment cluster on video, so I apologize. Here though is the title that I'm going to be using. The stickers I think were from We Are Memory Keepers, and they came in the kit. And it's just going to say Harvest of Memories. I really like this color, and the font was cool. It was kind of a, I think it was, they're fuzzy, I can't remember. They had just kind of a funky texture to them, so they're really neat. And then of is using a jelly bean soup font, I believe. I'm thinking, yeah, I think that's what it was. So that pretty much is it for this layout. I'm going to show you some close-ups, and then there's going to be some pictures at the end. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything, leave me a comment below. I love hearing from you guys. And thank you to all my new subscribers that I've gotten over over the last few weeks. I appreciate every one of you, and I enjoy doing these, and I enjoy hearing from you. So have a great day. Bye-bye.